They say time heals, but no one warns you that sometimes it simply strips away the illusions you once lived under. Ella walked out of my life nearly a year ago. She said she needed space to find herself, which was just a prettier way of saying she'd already found someone else. I didn't plead or bargain. I just watched her disappear through the door we once imagined our future behind. In the beginning, I fell apart. No point pretending otherwise. The silence she left behind wasn't peaceful. It pressed on my chest like a weight. You grow so accustomed to another person's sound, laughter, grumbling, late-night rambles that when it's gone, the quiet feels wrong, like you're inhabiting someone else's head. But slowly I rebuilt. I renovated my loft in Portland. I started running again. I learned to cook beyond boiling water. And one ordinary morning, I realized a week had passed without her crossing my mind. That was the moment I knew I was finally moving on. Then 3 weeks ago, she showed up. I was chopping vegetables for dinner when the doorbell rang. I opened the door, and there she stood, as if no time had passed. Same perfume, same smile, same eyes I once tried so hard to understand. She even sounded unsure of herself when she said, "Hi, Adrian." For a second, I couldn't even speak. A part of me wanted to shut the door in her face. Another part wanted to hear whatever excuse she'd rehearsed. I let her in. She glanced around, touching the new painting on the wall, trying to fit herself into a space that no longer belonged to her. "You changed everything," she murmured. "Had to," I said. We sat on the couch, the same place she once told me she wasn't happy anymore. She softened her voice, talked about her mistakes, how life didn't turn out how she expected, how she missed the comfort I used to give her. I listened without feeling much at all. The version of me she remembered was long gone. Then she said it. Maybe we could try again?" Her voice cracked at the edges. Before I could say anything, the front door opened. I'd forgotten to lock it. Her face twisted with confusion when Mara walked in carrying groceries. Mara, her best friend. The same woman who told me the truth about Ella when I couldn't see it. The same woman who checked in on me when everything fell apart. She smiled like nothing unusual had happened. "Am I late?" she asked casually. Ella looked like the ground had vanished under her feet. "What are you doing here?" she demanded. I shrugged. "You showed up without warning." She didn't. Ella turned to Mara, her expression desperate. "You were my friend." "I was," Mara said calmly. "But watching what you did to him changed that." Ella's disbelief morphed into anger. "So, you too moved on without me?" "No," I said softly. "You walked away. I just stopped waiting for you to come back." Her bravado cracked. Tears built in her eyes, fueled by jealousy and regret. "I made a mistake, Adrian. I thought I could find something better. But nobody has ever made me feel like you did." A year ago, those words would have broken me. Now they barely stirred anything. "You had your chance," I said. "More than once." Mara stood beside me, steady as ever. Ella looked between us, devastated and furious all at once. She snatched her purse and muttered, "You'll regret this." I shook my head. I already did. That's why I'm not repeating it. The door shut behind her. The room went still until Mara let out a quiet breath. "You okay?" she asked. "I think so," I answered. Just surprised. "You handled it better than I thought you would," she said with a small smile. A year ago, I would have begged Ella not to leave. Mara was right, things were different now. We settled on the sofa again, a quiet understanding filling the space between us. She eventually said, "Ella came to me months ago." I raised an eyebrow. "Really?" She said she missed the stability you gave her. I told her she didn't miss you. She missed the life she thought she could always fall back into. It stung a bit, but it was the truth. Mara started unpacking the groceries. "You still hungry?" I smiled. "Yeah, definitely." Later, we sat on the balcony, the city lights flickering in the distance. She rested her head on my shoulder. "Do you think she'll show up again?" she asked softly. "Maybe," I said. "But there's nothing left for her here anymore." She nodded. "Good. She already lost the best thing she had." I chuckled. And what about me? What did I end up with? She looked at me, steady and warm. Someone who stays. The night stretched quiet and wide around us. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't haunted by memories. I wasn't waiting. I wasn't hurting. I was finally home.